they're kind of very elusive in many ways. They're not people who are just going to pick up the phone and call you out of the blue. They're going to be within a certain niche group, a closed group. Um, and they're very difficult. Where can I find them? How can I open up them to trust me? Because I think it's very much they're going to be able to trust you. They're more likely, they may very well be watching you. The more content you have out there, the more they can research you and find out a little bit who you are, follow you a little bit. But that has been the struggle for me, is just getting the message to those people who, for obvious reasons, they're not going to be willing to just talk to anyone or reach out to anyone, particularly with something when it comes to health, wellness, and particularly mental health, because obviously it's quite a sensitive subject. And they're obviously very protective of their information, their personal identity, and all this kind of thing. So for me, what hasn't worked is, I mean, I've networked. I've done a lot of networking. But again, those people don't go to those kind of networking events. They're going to be part of a very exclusive gym. They're going to be part of very exclusive private members clubs. They're going to have, their own exclusive group of people. And they don't need to go out looking for people like, on the whole, people like me or as you like. So it's very difficult, even on social media, it's difficult to start that conversation. So you kind of have to think a little bit outside the box and how you connect with them. So you've got to be quite creative in your thinking. A lot of my stuff comes from recommendations or referrals. I've got quite a few connections on my LinkedIn. I find that's quite good, a bit more professional. And it's still something that I'm working on a lot. But I do feel that maybe podcasting and then building out, getting that sort of recognition, and then looking to find people who can maybe come on as guests, things like that. So I think for me, getting your face out there, whether you like it or not, be in front of the camera, getting yourself out there in the public is really the best way to get those people to get to know you a little bit and could grow from there, and maybe having guests on the podcast, something like that.
That right. I see this a lot, not even with just kind of celebrities, but with more senior leaders these days. If you're trying to reach that sort of an audience, and anybody who's got buy-in power or wants to invest in things, wants to now research things themselves. They don't want to be on a call for an hour and then have another call another hour, another week, and everybody's conscious of how little time they have. So being able to do, 70 or 80% of the research on somebody that they would think they might want to work with is where most people want to get to. And they only really want to get onto a meeting or a call when they're at the point where they either need to look you in the whites of your eyes to make sure that you're the person that they think you are, or to ask the questions that they just can't get answered anywhere else because it's very specific to them and you wouldn't naturally answer that in a public place. I think there's lots of takeaways from that. I wonder, there's a lot of people out there who I don't see view referrals and partnerships and affiliates as real marketing. It's almost kind of it's networking.